Hi my friends, welcome to BEXIT The Rock Diary. Finally I can get back in with my own profile, and yeah, just gonna wait and see if anyone comes online to say hi. It's always nicer when people are watching. Well, otherwise I'm just gonna start already. Yeah, I don't know how much you've seen before, but in this Facebook group you can see all the other videos, and I try to number them through, so you can start from the start and yeah, see them in the right order. If I have to describe the last couple of videos where I just describing my life and how it went, just for you to get to know me, you can pretty much summarize it like 30 years party hard, not thinking, yeah, and living for the fun. Oh, hi. Oh yeah, if you're there, say hi to me or give me a like, yes, hi. Yeah, it's nicer when people are watching. So you can describe it with party hard, not thinking, and the last couple of years, yeah, pretty miserable, and yeah, depressions, bad relationships, shit went down, yeah. So and then you can describe the second part of my life, that was the enlightenment part, where when I did this course, and oh hi Kefe, what's your name actually? And hi Regis, or Regie, I think, yeah, Regie. Yeah, the enlightenment when I did the course, which yeah, totally opened my eyes and made me love myself so much again, and made me not understand the life that I've been, or made me understand more why I lived the life I lived before. Yeah, but there were a couple of things and a couple of conclusions that I made that were a little bit too early, and maybe some of you know this problem too, when you think you found the solution and this is the problem, this is why I've got so many problems, and then you think, okay, now I know it, now I can change everything just from one moment to the other. So yeah, that's what I actually did. I thought, okay, now I know everything and now everything has to change, but first you have to work with a pile of shit that you've already summed up. Yeah, and I wasn't really prepared for that. So I came back from this course, tried to change my life immediately, and I just felt it's not, I forgot everything I learned there, because there I learned how to get through to myself, to do the right thing and make the right decisions. But I totally didn't do that anymore. I made all the decisions there, and I never went back to it and checked, like, am I still on the right track? No, I went straight back into my old habits. So yeah, so the next year pretty much was yeah, a lot of self-pity. I was really lonely. I first for a half year I tried to work on everything at once, and then step by step I went back into the old habits that I used to have, because I thought, hey, what is life actually without everything, without yeah, without partying, without alcohol, without guys, you know. So yeah, I went back into the old habits again. After 1 year, I had my first depression again. I had a pretty, yeah, a relationship that was really not very good for, I think, both of us. And joined another course because I thought this is gonna help me, and it definitely helped me. Like from day one, my depression was over. But still, and I worked on a lot of things. I think I laid the basic for a lot of things that were about to happen. But some things, they just need time. You can't just live like a crazy person for 30 years and then expect within 1 year that everything is normal. And that made me so frustrated that I started to not like myself, and I had a lot of self-pity, and that was even worse for me because before I really actually for 30 years I pretty much liked myself. Like I had a big self-confidence, of course always drinking, and then yeah, but also when I wasn't drunk I had the self-confidence throughout the week as well. I except for the depressions at the end, I never had low points, so that kept me going actually. But yeah, then I thought, well, why are these low points coming back again? I mean, I did a course, hello? It's not possible. I found myself, hello? It's not possible. So, oh, hello. So who's there as well? Thierry, Stefan, hi. Yeah, so I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't going so fast, and this disappointment made me actually question myself totally. I thought, well, before I wasn't real, now I'm not real. How yeah, how am I gonna manage this all? So I got out of this depression again and didn't really change too much of my life so far. And then actually I went sick very often. So I had a cold and I had a, how do you call these herpes? Yeah. I had herpes all the time. I was I was just ill all the time, and I thought, hey, what the fuck? I'm vegan now. How is it possible that I'm still getting ill? Yeah, I thought I'm living the healthy life now. But as I told you, I started gradually to take drugs again, and alcohol, not so often anymore, but every now and then. And that made me really think, hey, what else should I do? So I went to this natural healer, and that was in 2017, I think. Yeah, no, now it's 2020. I think it was in 2018. 2018, yeah. And I've been to her and I said, hey, what's up with me? You know, I'm getting sick all the time, but I'm living so healthy now. For me, it was healthy because just before I had this huge breakthrough in my life, I've been taking drugs very often. So I went to her and I said, hey, I'm living so healthy. What's going on? So she checked everything. Yeah, she checked my blood. She checked, yeah, I don't want to go into details, but she checked everything. We sent everything to the laboratory, and when we got the results, I think she was actually shocked because it was the worst results she has ever seen. It was just worse than from older people. I was always only 31, and she said, wow, oh my god, you know, your organs, they actually look like the organs from an 80-year-old woman. Can you imagine to hear that when you're just 30? I said 31, I don't know. Yeah, so I was really shocked, and I told her, well, since 1 year I'm vegan and I'm not taking drugs so often and I'm not drinking so often. So what's up? Yeah, and she said, no, it's not about not taking drugs and alcohol so often. She said, your organs look like, you know, it could be like one more beer and you are gonna be, yeah. And she didn't say, yeah, she didn't actually say that, but this was how it came over to me because she was just so shocked. So what she actually really said was just that even one beer could switch everything round into a direction I can never get out of anymore. So I was really shocked, and I thought, shit. But since 1 year I'm vegan, she said, yeah, it doesn't matter. She said, it's been too much. You've done too much. Your body is done, you know. And I thought, yeah, so what should I do now? I do everything, you know, because of course I wanted to live, yeah. And so she gave me a whole diet, and she said, yeah, stay vegan, definitely. She said, you know, cut out the gluten, which I'm doing now. Again, I had a couple of breaks, but I've been doing that for a couple of months after she told me. Only biological food, no more chemicals in food and products. There's so many things, and you know, do you know that it's not actually girls there are no girls here. No, I'm not saying it now. There are only guys online. But there are also a lot of things that women can do for their hygiene as well, um, which are really not good for us. But I'm going to talk about that another time. And yeah, and then there was the biggest point. So she said to me, and then quit drinking alcohol for 2 years. And I was like, what the fuck, for 2 years? Not possible. And do you just realize what I said? I mean, a year ago I thought I was enlightened, and then the next year someone tells me, you can't drink alcohol for 2 years, and I was just totally in shock. I told her I can't, and she said, well, you have to, because it's really dangerous what you're doing. And I said, no, but I can't. I mean, 2 years, it's definitely not possible for me. I said, well, I can cut out drugs, but I can't cut out drink. I mean, beer, hello, I love beer. I was, I was called Bex. Yeah, not only because of the beer, but I got really familiar with this. And she was like, no, also not one beer, also also not once a month, and nothing. And I really panicked at this moment. And you can see how there are so many different grades of addiction. Not only people are addicted who drink every day, or who or who drink every weekend, but also people are addicted who couldn't stop when they're told that they are sick. I mean, how sick is that, to still want to drink? How important is drinking if, when someone tells you that you might, if you go on like this, you might die? How important is drinking then? It shouldn't be important anymore, right? But there you can see that addiction comes in really many ways. It's not just the daily drinker who starts his coffee with a little whiskey in it. There's just so many different grades in addictions. So we went on, and she did some other therapies with me. She did acupuncture, and told me a couple of things that I can do to detox. For example, 4-day potato diet. Yeah, that was also really not nice. But it was still, I still told her I definitely can't do 2 years of not drinking. I'm not gonna do that, and you can't discuss this with me. And she said, yeah, well, yeah, we don't want you, to just throw everything away that you've learned here. So she said, you know what we're gonna do? She said, 3 months. We're gonna do 3 months of not drinking, and then you can come back, and we're gonna do another test, and we're gonna check your organs again. And if they are really getting cleared out fast, then we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it again. And I said, well, yes, okay, that's fine with me. 3 months, I can manage. Yeah. So then I actually told her, okay, so I'm gonna do, so this weekend I'm gonna party really hard for 3 days, and then I'm gonna start this. And she was like, no way, you can't, you can't party hard again now. You have to stop now, right now. And I really didn't feel good. So there you can see how, how long this route actually is once you started to get to know yourself. And then you think, wow, it's from black to white, from within just one step. And then you come back into the reality and back into the normal life, and you see that you can't just change everything just from one second to the other. And this was a really important point for me at this point. So oh, hi guys, there are many people watching here. Munir, Teddy. So if you don't have any questions, and feel free to always ask me stuff, yeah. If you want to know more details, and I would also really like to get to know you. If you if you send me a message, or if you've got any problem, because you know that I am a life coach, and I'm sharing the story with you actually, to just to make you a little bit familiar with me, and to show you that changes can be made. Doesn't matter where you're standing, changes can always be made. Yeah, so if you have a question or anything about your own personal life, then just send me a message on BEXIT. And yeah, so later on I see there's also a German person and a Dutch person. Yeah, Stefan, German, Thais, Dutch. So I'm gonna have my diary later again in German and in Dutch. It's gonna be 8:30 and 9 in German and 9 o'clock in Dutch, and they're gonna be old episodes. Yeah. Okay, and otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I'm gonna sing a song, and yeah, otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye bye, and thank you for watching.